Senator Mitchell.
Nielsen, no.
Senator Mitchell moves the call. We do have members off the floor, and we will have more members off the floor. So from here forward, the votes will be on call. We'll call the roll once and then move the call. All right. Members are going to move to file item 118, Senator Nguyen. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 1231 by Assemblymember Wood and Aquilina Medi-Cal.
Senator Nguyen.
Thank you, Mr. President. AB 1231 ensures all Medi-Cal members, especially in rural areas, have access to medical care by clarifying that non-medical transportation is a Medi-Cal benefit. Recent amendments eliminate time and distance standards of 30 miles or 60 minutes and include all medical care, not just specialty care. AB 1231 would help these consumers access needed medical care, thereby reducing the need for costly emergency care. AB 1231 has received unanimous support, bipartisan support, and has not received any opposition. I respectfully ask for your aye support.
Thank you, Senator Nguyen. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Bates. Anderson, aye. Bates, aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Aye. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. Aye. Gaines.
Aye.
Aye. Galgiani. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Aye. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Hueso. Aye. Huff. Aye. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. Wynn. Aye. Nielsen. Aye. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Aye. Stone. Aye. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk, aye. Morrell, aye.
Senator Nguyen.
Galgiani, aye.
Senator Nguyen moves the call. Members, we're going to move to file item 119. Senator Hueso. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 226 by Assemblymember Atkins, enacting to food safety.
Senator Hueso.
Thank you, Mr. President and Senators. I'm very proud to represent San Diego, a region that has a rich history of fishing, lots of fishermen, lots of aquaculture, long history in San Diego. But it's interesting that we've been working to set up a fisherman's market, and we have an impediment that we require an actual law to do this. So AB 226 will create a new statewide type of non-permanent food facility, a fisherman's market, much like a farmer's market, but for fishermen. This will allow the fishing industry to do what farmers can do now, sell directly to the public, and of course, subject to specific regulations, and this bill sets up the framework by which fishermen can do that, and with the hopes of passing this bill, we can have fresh seafood in San Diego's coastline. I ask for your support in helping to help our fishermen in San Diego, but also to make fresh seafood available to San Diegans. And of course, this is not just a San Diego specific law. This will apply to all of California where we have fishermen and where we have aquaculture. So I ask for your support for this important measure.
Thank you, Senator Hueso. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. Aye. Bates. Aye. Bell. Aye. Berryhill. Aye. Block. Aye. Canella. Aye. De Leon. Aye. Fuller. Gaines.
Aye.
Aye. Galgiani. Aye. Glazer. Aye. Hall. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Aye. Hertzberg. Aye. Hill. Aye. Hueso. Aye. Huff. Aye. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Aye. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Aye. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Morlock. I, Morrell. I, Wynn. Nilsson. I, Pan. I, Pavley. I, Roth. I, Runner. I, Stone. I, Vidak. I, Wachowski. I, Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Senator Waso moves the call. Members are going to move to file item 120, followed by file item 121, 122, 123. So Senator Wachowski, not at his desk. File item 121, Senator Hancock. You prepared to bring this measure forward? Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 833 by Assemblymember Bonta, an act relating to child care and development services.
Thank
Senator
you very
Hancock.
much, Mr. President. Members, I rise to present AB 833 by Assemblyman Bonta, which authorizes Alameda County to develop and implement a 5-year child care subsidy pilot plan to meet the local needs of children and families. We all know the importance of early learning and high-quality child care, the difference it can make for our youngest children to achieve positive outcomes in education and beyond. So in Alameda County, many of the state-allocated child care funds are not fully expended given the unique circumstances of being a high-cost county, and access to child care is reduced. AB 833 would provide the necessary limited local control to maximize the use of funds, improve and stabilize child care. It is modeled on successful pilot plans in San Mateo and San Francisco, which increased enrollment and stabilized child care placements. There would be the state would have to approve the plan, and there would be a report submitted every year. The bill has no opposition, has received unanimous and bipartisan support, and I would ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Hancock. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I, Anderson. Bates. I, Bell. I, Berryhill. I, Block. I, Cannella. I, De Leon. Fuller. Gaines. Galgioni.
Gaines, aye.
Gaines, aye. Galgioni, aye. Glazer. I, Hall. Hancock. I, Hernandez. I, Hertzberg. I, Hill. I, Hueso. I, Huff. I, Jackson. I, Lada. Leno. I, Leva. I, Liu. I, McGuire. Mendoza. McGuire, I, Mendoza. I, Mitchell. I, Monning. Morlock. I, Morrell. I, Wynn. Nilsson. Pan. Nilsson, I. Pan. I, Pavley. I, Roth. I, Runner. I, Stone. I, Vidak. I, Wachowski. I, Wolk. Wolk, aye. Lada, aye.
Senator Hancock moves the call. Members, we're going to move to file item 122, Senator Leyva. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 288 by Assemblymember Holden, an act relating to public schools.
Senator Leyva.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good afternoon, colleagues. I am excited to present to you today AB 288. 74% of our graduating high school youth that enter community college are not ready for college-level English or math. These mostly low-income students have only a 43% likelihood of moving on to college-level English and a 30% chance of actually entering college-level math. AB 288 will increase exposure to college-level coursework and the college environment for underserved students by authorizing community college districts to form partnerships with high schools. These agreements form high school to college pathways in career technical education, college readiness courses, and college college-level general education that will prepare students for college and for their career. This bill is sponsored by the Chancellor of the California Community Colleges, the Orange County Business Council, and the Community College League. I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Leyva. Senator Nielsen.
Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen of the Senate, once upon a time in California, it was kind of what you called a dual track. And in high school, certain students were put on the career track, and they went to the vote courses more. They did their regular curriculum, but focused on vote courses, and others was the college track. That letter got lost in the shuffle, and then, unfortunately, the career track got diminished. Policies here and the Department of Education really gave the short shrift over many decades to career tech, what then became career technical education today. Now there's a resurgence and an understanding of the importance of career technical education. And in this particular case, it advances the cause through career pathways. One of the points I've always made about the career tech students that UC and CSU had an aversion to, because they were not our students. Those were the career kids. Well, I have argued that these were the upwardly mobile, within their careers and as well within their aspirations to go further in their careers, to become entrepreneurs and business owners on their own, to develop to higher levels in their professions, as many have gone from nurse practitioners to doctors, and that CSU and UC should embrace these students. Career Pathways enhances that. The relationship between the community college and the K-12 is essential. The community colleges are the bastion, the workhorses of career tech ed, and largely college prep too, for that matter. But Career Pathways is another step forward for career tech education. And it aptly follows in a year when career tech education, pursuant to the governor's original budget in January, and the one that this legislature passed, has reestablished and reasserted career tech ed. Career Pathways herein is another pathway to the top for our students. I urge an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Nielsen. Further debate or discussion? Seeing none, Senator Leyva, would you like to close?
Just urge an aye vote.
Great. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I. Anderson. I. Bates. I. Bell. I. Berryhill. I. Block. I. Cannella. I. DeLeon. I. Fuller. Gaines.
Aye.
I. Galgiani. I. Glazer. I. Hall. I. Hancock. I. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. I. Hill. I. Wesso. Huff. I. Jackson. I. Lada. Leno. I. Leyva. I. Liu. I. McGuire. I. Mendoza. I. Mitchell. I. Monning. Morlock. I. Morrell. Wynn. Nilsson. I. Pan. I. Pavley. I. Roth. I. Runner. I. Stone. I. Vidak. I. Wachowski. Wolk. Wolk, aye. Wesso, aye. Lada, aye.
Senator Leyva moves the call. Members, we're going to move to file item 123. Senator Wolk, Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 1320 by Assemblymember Mainshine, enacting alcoholic beverages and declaring the urge thereof to take effect immediately.
Great. Senator Wolk.
Thank you, Mr. President. 1320 is being heard again here on the Senate floor. We needed to take some amendments that addressed the administration's concerns regarding the verification process for advertisers at the event. This is a tied house exemption for KAABOO, which is a group that hosts a music festival next month at the Del Mar Fairgrounds. Unanimous bipartisan support, no opposition, 27 votes. I ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Wolk. Members, debate or discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I. Anderson. I. Bates. I. Bell. I. Berryhill. I. Block. I. Cannella. I. DeLeon. I. Fuller. Gaines.
Aye.
I. Galgiani. I. Glazer. I. Hall. I. Hancock. I Hernandez, I Hertzberg, I Hill, I Wesso, I Huff, I Jackson, I Lara, I Leno, I Leva, Lou, I McGuire, I Mendoza, I Mitchell, I Monning, I Morlock, I Morrell, I Wynn, Nilsson, I Pan, Pavley, I Roth, I Runner, I Stone, I Vidak, I Wachowski, Wolk. Wolk, aye. Pan, aye.
Senator Wolk moves the call. Members, our next 5 are in numerical order, 124, 125, 126, 127, and 128. We'll start with file item 124. Senator Block, Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 504 by Assemblymember Gonzalez, enacting to land use.
Senator Block.
Thank you, Mr. President. AB 504 clarifies the responsibility of local governments in the exercise of land use authority. More specifically, this bill, number 1, clarifies that a local government may delegate the performance of planning functions, but retains approval authority for planning functions as defined by the bill. And number 2, requires any planning actions taken on behalf of the local government to be appealable to the legislative body of that government. In other words, this bill is about transparency and representation in government. The bill was scaled back with amendments taken in the Senate Governance and Finance Committee to limit appealable actions to projects involving no less than 50 residential units, no less than 50 hotel rooms, and no less than 25,000 square feet of commercial space. Additionally, Senate floor amendments clarify that the bill does not affect the CEQA process. The public deserves to have a say in the future of their neighborhoods, and this bill is a way to ensure that. The intent of this bill is to create an appropriate level of transparency and oversight. The bill is supported by the California Labor Federation, the California Professional Firefighters, and many others, and I ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Block. Members, any debate or discussion? Senator Morlock.
Thank you, Mr. President. We heard this bill in Governance and Finance, and almost every local body was opposed to this bill, and it just appears to me that it's just meddling in the affairs of a local agency. We should let the locals do what the locals do best, and that is govern themselves. I urge a no vote. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Morlock. Members, any further debate or discussion? Seeing none, Senator Block, would you like to close?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Again, this is a bill about transparency. It's a bill about input by the citizenry of local governments. Sometimes local agencies would rather not have that much transparency, would rather not have that much representation. This bill protects the citizens who we are elected to protect. I urge your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Block. Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Aye. Anderson. No Bates. No Bell. Aye Berryhill. No Block. Aye Canella. No De Leon. Fuller. Gaines.
No.
No Gaggioni. Glazer. Aye Hall. Aye Hancock. Aye Hernandez. Aye Hertzberg. Aye Hill. Aye Wesso. Aye Huff. Jackson. Aye Lara. Aye Leno. Aye Leva. Aye Lou. Aye McGuire. Aye Mendoza. Aye Mitchell. Aye Monning. Aye Morlock. No Morrell. No Wynn. Nilsson. No Pan. Aye Pavley. Aye Roth. Aye Runner. No Stone. No Vidak. No Wachowski. Wolk. Wolk, aye.
Senator Block moves the call. Members, we're going to move to file item 125. Senator Jackson, Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 1420 by Assemblymember Salas, enacting to oil and gas.
Senator Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, this measure was presented in direct response to a gas leak that occurred in the Central Valley city of Arvin, which is in our colleague Rudy Salas's district. This measure, AB 1420, is really about protecting the safety and well-being of California communities. It evolved from an incident that caused the relocation of several families for almost a year and demonstrated a lack of clarity in the law regarding the regulation of oil and gas pipelines. This is a problem that exists throughout the state in the Central Valley, certainly along my coastline, our coastline, I should say. This measure establishes clear guidelines for county entities to act and ensure the well-being of residents should this kind of accident occur again. Specifically, the bill requires a local health officer to take specified actions when there is a leak in a gas pipeline and requires the Division of Oil, Gas, and Geothermal Resources, lovingly known as DOGGR, to determine appropriate methods of testing pipelines like the one that leaked in Arvin that are 4 inches or less in diameter. This bill has received no votes and has enjoyed bipartisan support, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Jackson. Members, any debate or discussion? Seeing none, Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. I. Anderson. I. Bates. I. Bell. I. Berryhill. I. Block. I. Cannella. I. DeLeon. Fuller. Gaines.
Aye.
I. Galgiani. I. Glazer. I. Hall. I. Hancock. I. Hernandez. I. Hertzberg. I. Hill. I. Hueso. I. Huff. I. Jackson. I. Lada. I. Leno. I. Leva. I. Liu. I. McGuire. I. Mendoza. I. Mitchell. I. Monning. I. Morlock. I. Morrell. I. Wynn. I. Nilsson. I. Pan. I. Pavley. I. Roth. I. Runner. I. Stone. I. Vidak. I. Wachowski. Wolk. Wolk, aye. Morrell, aye. Morrell, we have his aye.
Senator Jackson moves the call. Members, we're going to move to file item 126. Senator Leno. Great. Secretary, please read.
Assembly Bill 36 by Assemblymember Campos and Act relating to local government.
Senator Leno.
Yes, Mr. President. Thank you. Colleagues, this bill passed off our floor last week with 32 votes, but it is back here today for purposes of amendments. The bill itself deals with the receipt by cities and counties of military equipment from our surplus of the federal government. The amendments will ensure that any discussion and any decisions made regarding the surplus military equipment are kept transparent and public. Earlier amendments remove the opposition of the State Sheriff's Association and the State Police Chiefs Association. I yet again ask you for your aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Leno. Members, debate or discussion? Oh, excuse me. Okay, members, we're going to call the roll and announce the vote. Senator Glazer.
I'd call the roll and announce. I have a question for the author.
Senator Leno, are you willing to answer a question? Go ahead, proceed.
As I understand it, the League of Cities are still opposed to this bill, and I also heard this morning that the Police Chiefs Association has still indicated their opposition to the bill, so I was confused by his earlier remarks.
I have different information regarding the police chiefs, but the most recent amendment did bring the opposition of the League of Cities, but the amendment is about greater transparency by requiring that local bodies cannot go into special session to make the final determination about this. They must do it in a public setting, and that's why the League is now opposed.
Thank you, Senator Glazer. Any further questions, any debate, discussion? Senator Leno, would you like to close?
Your aye vote.
Secretary, please call the roll.
Allen. Anderson. I. Bates. I. Bell. I. Berryhill. I. Block. I. Cannella. I. DeLeon. I. Fuller. I. Gaines.
Aye.
I. Galgiani. Glazer. Hall. Hancock. Aye. Hernandez. Hertzberg. Hill. Aye. Weso. Aye. Huff. No. Jackson. Aye. Lada. Leno. Aye. Leva. Aye. Liu. Aye. McGuire. Mendoza. Aye. Mitchell. Aye. Monning. Morlock. Aye. Morrell. Aye. Wynn. Nilsson. Aye. Pan. Aye. Pavley. Aye. Roth. Aye. Runner. Aye. Stone. Aye. Vidak. Aye. Wachowski. Aye. Wolk. Wolk. Aye.
Secretary,
Hall.
call the
Aye.
absent members.
Lotta. Aye. Allen. Galgioni. Aye. Glazer. Hernandez. Hertzberg. McGuire. Monning. Aye. Wynn. Glazer, no. Wynn, aye.
Secretary, call the absent members.
Stone, aye to no. Allen. Hernandez. Hertzberg. McGuire.